What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the Live Game episode 191. This is your average man's effective on football. I am your co-host Marcus. Oh man,
I'm the GOAT. The GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. Really? Yeah, undisputed. Undisputed.
next up we got Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
You are a hater.
And as of now, looking like it's just us two for the night. So I don't know. If the show go over tonight, then we know who the.
Hey, we ain't even gonna follow the format tonight. I guess we just gonna go ahead.
Here we go. This dude, he getting fined. Fined. You are fined.
That's just Eddie Kane, boy. You can't come in late and be drinking. Like
ain't got no background. And ain't got no background.
We ain't in the break yet.
No,
Ain't no break.
We live.
we live.
My bad. Where's Mark?
Not
I
here.
don't know. Somebody's trying to get into the thing though, so I don't. Yeah. Somebody tried to get in.
Something elite.
Somebody tried to sign in. Was that you signing in, Brian?
I signed in to delay a game. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was you then.
Yeah, I'm at a places unknown.
We know where you at. I figured that's not your house. But still, you need the background. I don't know why you.
Look,
I can't find it. I thought it would just be there when I logged into my account, but it's not there.
The video and stream looks pretty good though. So
somebody got that good internet.
I know. Well, I got good Wi-Fi.
Somebody got that good Wi-Fi.
Good,
Before we get started, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook, our Facebook group, The Later Game. We're also on Twitter X at The Later Game 3.
No, you were right the first time.
At the official Later Game, and on TikTok at The Later Game 91. You can also catch us on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We're broadcasting over there at the same time we're broadcasting over here. So go on over there and check those guys out when you're done here. They do a little bit of everything: football, basketball, baseball, MMA, wrestling. They do it all over there. That's the Aboriginal Sports Network. I believe Brian is hosting tonight. Are you prepared, Brian?
I'm always prepared. I'm a professional, Marcus.
I don't know. I think you're lying to yourself, sir.
Well, I mean, you say you're the greatest of all time in fantasy, so I mean,
all right.
Undisputed there.
Undisputed.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining us on this Christmas Eve edition of the Layer Game. We really appreciate it. We know that the season is winding down. Some of us are happy. Some of us are sad. The three here are sad because we only got 2 more games to watch our teams. And then the one that's supposed to be here still has a chance to make the playoffs. But what we're going to do,
why are the three of us here sad? Our teams ain't going nowhere anyway. So.
That's what I said. We're sad, but Mark could be happy because his team has a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that only means he's only going to get 1 extra game if they do make the playoffs.
Hey,
so that's it.
Look, you got to give it to Tomlin, Herman. Well, another winning season.
No, another non-losing season. Okay, get it right. Hey. It's a difference.
But we're going to start with the news of the week like we always do. Get into a couple hot topics. Go over the games from last week, and then this week we got a bunch of games to go through because there are a bunch of primetime games. So we're going to get started with the first news of the week, which is for Marcus.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. The Kansas City Chiefs announced Monday they will leave their longtime home at Arrowhead Stadium for a new dome stadium that will be built across the Kansas-Missouri state line and be ready for the start of the 2031 season. Before I want to continue, I want to pronounce the word domed again. Buffalo. Domed. Right. They'll probably have a Super Bowl. You won't. The announcement came shortly after the Council of Kansas lawmakers voted unanimously inside a packed room at the state capitol to allow for star bonds to be issued to cover up to 70% of the cost of the stadium and accompanying mixed-use district. The bonds will be paid off with state sales and liquor tax revenues generated in and defined around it. The location of Chiefs games will change, Chiefs owner Clark Hunt said, but some things won't change. Our fans will still be the loudest in the NFL. Our games will still be the best place in the world to tailgate, and our players and coaches will be ready to compete for championships because on the field or off the field, we are big dreamers and we're ready for the next chapter.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I know some of our Kansas City fans in this group aren't too happy about the change.
Hey, no, they don't like nothing. It ain't. I ain't gonna comment on that.
I would just like to reiterate the word domed Buffalo.
Yeah.
Domed.
That's what
So
you
you
got
can
to do as an owner.
So you can host a Super Bowl.
Right. That outside stuff. Mm-mm.
I mean, can you imagine the amount of money a Super Bowl would have brought to Buffalo?
Yeah.
I get it. It's just, I don't know. I miss the days of when you had home field advantage because of the weather, where teams didn't want to come play where you were because of the snow. You were trying to get home field advantage, so teams had to come there and play in the bad weather. But
your team never had no weather advantage.
No, it's just like with Buffalo, Green Bay. I mean, it like, the frozen tundra. You didn't want to go play there because it was cold. You remember Eli and Tom Coughlin. Remember Tom Coughlin's face was frozen, all red and everything.
But also,
championship game. So
yeah, it's all about the money now. It's a business.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And these stadiums didn't cost that much back in 30, 40, 50, 60
That's
years.
true too. They did.
Now you gotta you need to supplement that stuff and bring, like I said, bring us. Why build a stadium and not the ability to bring a Super Bowl to it? That's just crazy.
I mean, I get the logistics and everything. It's just kind of sad.
I mean, it's still going to be. I mean, think about how loud that stadium was when it was open air, and they're going to close it. That's going to be home field advantage enough, in itself. So, but I get what you're saying too, though. But if I was an owner, I would definitely have to build a dome stadium. It wouldn't even be an option.
I mean, especially if you live in a cold weather state, warm weather.
Warm weather's different, maybe a little different, but yeah, because you can still use your concerts. Because I'm thinking way bigger than just football. If I'm an owner at that point, that's why Jerry's $1 billion Cowboys. You know what I mean? $5 billion or whatever.
All right, Herman, let's go ahead and hear your story.
All right. So Jordan Love took the first steps towards returning from the concussion he sustained in Saturday's loss to the Chicago Bears when he participated in meetings and a walkthrough session while Malik Willis downplayed the severity of his shoulder injury. It made things look a little less dire for the Green Bay Packers quarterbacks Tuesday. Love remained in the concussion protocol after getting taken out in the first half of Saturday's loss to the Chicago Bears following a helmet hit from defensive end Austin Booker. But he was able to take part in most of what the Packers did during the first day of preparation for Saturday's game against the Baltimore Ravens. He's in the protocol. He'll practice per the protocol, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said Tuesday, so he'll be limited. Because it was not a full practice, participation levels were estimated. The Packers are expected to hold a standard in-season practice on Wednesday. Love could not speak to reporters because NFL rules prohibit players in the protocol from speaking to the media, which I didn't know. But he was seen walking through the locker room Tuesday and chatting with teammates as usual.
All right, we'll see. That actually dramatically changes the chances of the Green Bay Packers, depending on Love's status, and Malik Willis.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to clear it. Well, he might clear it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it looked bad. It looked bad.
I mean, CDs did too, but he cleared. So
yeah. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf will sit out the final 2 games of the regular season after his suspension for violating league policy in an altercation with a fan in Detroit on Sunday was upheld on appeal. He will sit out the games at Cleveland and against Baltimore in weeks 17 and 18, respectively. Metcalf will forfeit $555,556 in salary. The suspension also voids a $45 million in future guaranteed money, according to his contract, which was reviewed by CBS Sports and ESPN. The fan, Ryan Kennedy, will not face any discipline from the Lions, the team said Tuesday. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said Tuesday he spoke with Metcalf about the incident, but didn't want to give his opinion until after the ruling on Metcalf's appeal. Quote, "He did explain to me why he did what he did, and I certainly don't condone the behavior, but I do support DK," Tomlin said. "And I really don't have a lot to add any other than that I just told you." So DK Metcalf is out for the next 2 games, which are very pivotal for the Steelers' success. getting in a match with a fan that apparently he had a comment with previously.
Now, this $45 million that's being voided, is that automatic, I wonder, or is that the team can decide not to void it?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Because the way they're talking, it's almost like it's an automatic voiding of the contract.
Like if he does this, that bam.
Yeah. But I mean, just the fact that how stupid can you be?
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Why even go over to that fan? If you knew you had negative connotations with him again, why even go over there?
Right.
I mean, $45 million. That's a lot.
555,000 he's missing.
That's a lot. Exactly. That ain't no chump change.
He could have said what he wanted to say about me.
That's what I'm saying. $45 million.
Hey, that type of money. You say whatever you want about my family, me.
Right. Look at my bank account, fool. That's all you had to say back.
Yep.
That's crazy.
All right, Marcus, go ahead and get us in trouble.
Well, that's the news. And thanks for stopping by.
All right. Next, we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple of hot topics going on in the NFL. The first one we want to discuss is whose Super Bowl window is closer to closing, the Detroit Lions or the Kansas City Chiefs? So as we know, the Kansas City Chiefs will not be making the playoffs this year. Detroit Lions still have a heartbeat, still got a chance to win, but it is looking worse and worse as the season progresses. Marcus, which team you think is out of their Super Bowl window?
Well, I would have to say, to be honest with you, I don't think either one is close. If I got to choose, I would go with Detroit. And rather than discussing Detroit, I'm going to discuss why I don't believe Kansas City's window is closed necessarily.
It's not necessarily closed, but who's closer to it closing?
Who's closer to it closing?
Mm-hmm. And what you just said
for the foreseeable future, then for the near future, I'm gonna say Kansas City. I believe Kansas City got exposed this season. Kansas City has a lot of how would you say it? They have a lot of faults that I think got exposed this season. They definitely need a run game. They have to have a run game. They got to take all the pressure off of Patrick Mahomes. I think what happened with this season was Patrick Mahomes was not able to cover up the problems with Kansas City that has been plaguing them since Eric Bieniemy left as OC.
Oh, Jesus.
And he just can't do it by himself. It's like when Patrick Mahomes when his reign first started, it just seemed like everything was easy. Kansas City Chiefs just easy. We're going to score. We're going to come back. Oh, we're going to get down by 3 touchdowns. We'll come back in the playoff game, beat Tennessee, beat the Chargers. No problem. Very easy is what we do. But last couple of years, it seemed like every play is just hard. It's just hard. Like we're doing everything is going to – nothing seems easy. I know it's the NFL and people say it ain't easy, but it used to seem easy before for the Chiefs. It just doesn't seem easy at all anymore. Another problem, they got to get a defense. They have to improve their defense. They got to do that. They got to get a running game. They got a defense. They have to get another number one wide receiver. I know they've been drafted. What's his name? Rashid, so whatever his name is, Rice,
yeah.
And the other dude from Texas, wherever I believe it is. You need a number one. You need a number one. You need a Justin Jefferson. You need a Jamar Chase. You need the dude from the Rams. You need a dude from Seattle. You need a number one wide receiver. And to be honest with you, I think Andy Reid's scheme has gotten old. I think teams have seen it and they've started to hone in on it and learn how to beat it, which is why everything seems so hard now for them on offense. And so I think for the foreseeable future, especially if Mahomes is not able to come back at the beginning of the season next season, then for the foreseeable future, I believe the Chiefs' window is closer to being closed rather than Detroit. I believe after this season, Detroit might make the playoffs. They might might not make it. It's not. I don't think it's in their hands anymore. But Detroit is they're still a very decent team. They still have I think it's a very good coach. Their offense, there has been some setbacks, but they still score a lot of points even with Big Johnson gone. And the defense is not that great, but I believe right now at this moment that I would say that who will win the Super Bowl before the other one. I believe the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl for Kansas City Chiefs. So I believe their window for right now is close to being closed.
Herman,
I'm gonna go with Detroit, and it's not hate.
You are a hater.
But this is the thing about Detroit that I don't think anybody's even realized this year. Detroit is smoke and mirrors. Okay. I think, when Dan Campbell came in, it was great. He changed the culture and everything, but he lost two great coordinators. And while his offense does look like it's actually still pretty good, I think the loss of the coordinators is still showing. And this is what's going to shock y'all, I believe. And let me look at this again just to make sure that I'm looking at this right. Detroit has only beat two teams this year with a winning record. The Bears and the Buccaneers.
Do the Buccaneers have a winning record right now?
I don't even know. I didn't have a chance.
They played them. They might have had one.
They might have had one when they played them.
Hmm.
That's it. Two teams with a winning record. Remember when Dallas would be winning games and everybody's like, "Oh, Dallas is just beating all the bad teams." Detroit has kind of become Dallas right now. They've only beat two teams with a winning record, and one that may not have a winning record right now, or is right at 500. So that coupled with, I just don't feel like golf is what Patrick Mahomes is. And I mean, we can all agree to that.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think everybody agrees on that.
So that's why I see them, if they've started this pattern of only beating bad teams, your quarterback is getting towards the end of his prime. Your offensive coordinator now, or at least person calling your plays, is your head coach, who is not really that skilled of an offensive coordinator. I just have more faith in that Kansas City can rebound and that they have a longer window than what Detroit has, because Detroit at some point, I just feel like this whole Dan Campbell thing is going to start to fade and the fans are going to start to get mad, and then the ownership's going to wind up changing them out.
I don't. Detroit, come on, man. They've had the best run they've ever had with Dan Campbell.
Right, and that's
you got to be crazy to fire that dude.
Philly got rid of Andy Reid. They had some great runs too.
I don't think Philly ever had a non-winning season.
My point is that I believe that Detroit's window is small, is closer to closing, and it probably more revolves. If anything, it revolves mostly around the quarterback position, because when you have the franchise quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, you can rebuild fast. His contract's not prohibitive, not right now, and he's already shown he's willing to take a team friendly deal. So I'm gonna go with Detroit.
You are a hater.
Yeah, I'm more inclined with Marcus to go with Kansas City. And my main thing is I think both of these teams are good. I think both of these teams have opportunity to bounce back. I think roster-wise, Kansas City has a harder time making up for the flaws that they have. They have had a flaw on the offensive line for the past 2 years. They still have not solved that particular issue, which results in the running game not being as well as it should, which results with Patrick Mahomes having to make more plays. Defensively, Jones is not getting any younger, and he's your main pass rusher on the defense. The defense is not going to get any better right away either. Kelsey, he's pretty much done.
Oh, he's gone, yeah.
He's pretty much done. So now you have a bigger hole on your offense because he was a big part of the offensive passing setup. So I see Detroit as one of the best offensive lines in the league, one of the best running games they have. They have two dynamic wide receivers. Defensively, they do have some errors. They do have some questions, but overall, I think there are less holes in the Detroit Lions than there are in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Smoke and mirrors.
They do have a better roster.
I'll give you that. They do have a better roster, but they're only beating bad teams.
What are their losses? What teams did they lose to?
The Packers. They lost to the Chiefs. They lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Eagles. They lost to the Packers again. They lost to the Rams. They lost to the Steelers. So the only playoff bound team they've beaten is the Bears. And we don't know about the Bucs yet.
Yeah.
Well, see, the issue with that is right now there are a couple of teams that everybody believes has a Super Bowl favorites that have beaten nobody but bad teams. Buffalo and New England have only beaten bad teams pretty much.
I just want the same energy kept with these teams that are beating bad teams. But
I get it, but I mean, if you jump to Kansas City, I don't think they had any big wins this year either.
Yeah, definitely didn't.
No, they didn't.
So
that means they even got
as
beat.
Well.
They even got beat by bad teams too.
So are they smoke and mirrors as well?
Kansas City. Honestly, that's the reason they were. They were definitely were.
I mean, so how are you making that a fault of Detroit, but not?
I didn't make it a fault of Kansas City because Kansas City's not in the run. Is eliminated from the playoffs at this point.
Right, but we're talking about down the road next year. You don't think which team would bounce back faster?
Kansas City.
You think Kansas City will bounce back over Detroit?
Yes.
Next season?
Yes. You know why? Because you got the Packers who are going to be better again. You got Chicago who's going to be better again. And the Vikings will probably bounce back next year.
You got the Broncos will be better again. You got the Chargers will be better again.
The Chargers probably won't be that much better. I think the Broncos are going to take a step back. And we know the Raiders ain't nobody. I hope we don't have no Raiders fans watching. But I think
Baltimore's going to be better.
That's AFC in a whole. I mean, if you want to go there, then we can name a bunch of teams that are going to be better in the NFC.
So we hope to be better. Like we hope to be better.
Come on,
Washington's going to
be better. Dallas is going to be better.
We hope.
We know they will be. The Bucs will even be better than they are this year. Who else we got? Atlanta's probably going to be better.
I mean, the Lions have been like the cream of the crop offensively for a while, for a few years now.
About 3 or 4 years.
I need to go back and look at their last couple years of schedule and see who they were beating. I have to do a deep dive.
All right, well, it's 2-1, Herman. You lose.
Whatever. I'm right. You guys are wrong.
All right, Herman. So you think you're so smart. Here's the next hot topic. What's your opinion on how the refs handled the end of the Steelers-Lions game? Did they take too long to make the call? Should they have gotten replay involved? What do you think, Mr. Triplett?
I thought it was honestly horrible the way that they just stood there talking, trying to figure out what to call on this play. And the one thing the NFL has always talked about is the reason why they don't want to get replay involved in certain aspects of penalties and things like that in the game is because they talk about it slowing the game down. But yet the refs stood there. It may not have been 5 minutes, but it felt like at least 5 minutes talking about what they were going to call. To me, if y'all are this confused, it's like 5, 6 referees, 6 officials on the field, and they're literally standing there talking like, what are we calling here? What exactly went on? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, okay, then maybe you should get New York involved. Maybe New York should have been involved. They got all kinds of camera angles. They could have at least called down and say, hey, this is what we saw. And then you make the proper call or whatever. I'm not saying that they necessarily got the call wrong, but if the NFL is going to go on their reasoning for not using replay more is to make the calls quicker on the field and more efficient, they blew it on that game. This was the end of the game. They standing around talking, trying to figure out what the heck to call. While the fans, everybody's watching TV waiting, like, what the heck is this call going to be? It was kind of ridiculous to me. So I just felt like the handling of the call, it took way too long. It took way too long. They need to put something in the game where it says something like that happens, and it seems like all the officials don't know what the heck they want to call. Then you need to get replay involved and make a decision from there. So I don't. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. I thought it was crazy to be sitting there watching them talk.
Yeah, I'm with you, Herman. The pausing and the delay. When it seemed kind of clear and obvious when I saw it on replay, but I kind of want them to get it right. I kind of want them to talk it out, but this particular play didn't seem like it took this much energy to make a decision. I mean, I don't know. I watched it a couple times, and I kind of knew what should have been called and everything, you know? So the time frame really got on my nerves, but I do want them to get the calls right. So ultimately, they got it right, but like you said, it was just way too much time, way too much talking, way too much jibber-jabbing over something that should have been pretty clear and obvious.
Yeah. It just didn't seem like it was that complicated.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to digress a little bit. Here's the thing. Considering we're talking about a Week 16 game where both teams are playing for playoff appearances, take as much time as you need. I mean, don't get ridiculous with it, but take as much time as you need. This is not a preseason game. If it's been a preseason game, call what you call, but like whatever. We'll discuss it with New York in a week. If we're wrong, we're wrong. But this is a game where, you know, it's important to both teams. And also, you know, you're in Detroit. You might, you know, you know, you're going against the home team like that, you know, might be repercussions. You know, you want to make sure you as the rest can walk out of it. So, I mean, obviously, I don't. Maybe, you know, it's one thing to be a money motor cut it back and say it was obvious, but they were there, they saw it, they wanted to make sure they got it right, and considering what was at stake, then yeah, better to get it right than to get it wrong and cost Detroit or Pittsburgh an important game that both really needed. So that's my point. I don't think it took too long at all. Do what you got to do. If New York wants to get involved, New York knows how to call. New York can pick up the line and call. They left it into the hands of the refs, and the refs sat there and talked about it. And then, you know, they probably would have got done sooner if Jared Goff hadn't kept interrupting. You know, he kept over there interrupting.
So when you saw the play, Marcus, what did you think?
My first thing, I was like, oh, they scored a touchdown. I was like, oh, Detroit scored a touchdown. But then you know, I think the announcer said, you know, that was a fumble, and you can't if you're not the player to fumble the ball, you can't.
You can't advance it.
You can't advance it, so one touchdown anyway. So yeah, I thought a touchdown, but they said it wasn't, and I just feel like if you got to, it was the end of the game. It's not like we're in the middle of the game. We got so much of game to go. You at the end of the game. Take your time.
Take your time. Come on,
take your time. Take your time. Like I said, considering what's at stake for both of those teams, it's better to make sure you get it right.
Why not get New York then? Why not have New York get involved? Why not go to them? Because if the refs are on the field and they're confused, which they look like they were, like they wasn't 100% sure what happened, why not let's get to the replay. Let's get this right. That's what I'm saying. We would have been more understanding, I think, as fans, to say, oh, okay, they looking at it on replay. They trying to figure out, make sure they get this right, but they just standing around.
My whole thing was with the play. Now I think about it. Why are we even discussing it? We know there's an OPI, so the play is no good anyway. So that kind of like what is it discussing?
I think they were discussing that. I think they were literally.
That was the part I thought too, Mark. Marcus. Then I see it's obvious OPI. I mean, he pushes dude out the way.
But I think that they were debating that amongst each other. That's the thing. I think that they were literally debating whether that was a good call for OPI.
Can you go to the replay for OPI?
No, you can't, and that's what I'm saying. The NFL needs to institute something to get it right, so that they can.
I agree with you. If that's the reason why they were taking so long, then I agree with you. Then they should.
I believe that's what it was, because, like you said, if they were confident that it was OPI, it would have been an immediate call. Offensive pass interference.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what happened with the play.
Exactly. Once they figured out and they said, okay, we're going to go ahead and call the OPI, that's when he said, and then he got it wrong because, like you said, he said the play resulted in a touchdown because it was it a fumble or a lateral?
Yeah, it was more of a lateral.
I thought it was more of a lateral.
He lateraled the ball to Jeff.
But this is the thing: his forward progress had been stopped.
Yeah,
That's another thing that they kind of blew. So they were discussing that part of it too.
but why discuss if it's an OPI? Why are we discussing the forward progress? The play don't count
because they weren't confident in the OPI call first. That's the first part of it. You could tell because, like you said, if they were confident in an OPI, nothing else would have mattered.
But I agree with you. Then you should be able to do a replay on that because it was an obvious OPI in my, as far as I'm concerned. So,
all right, fellas, that was some good hot topic discussion that we had going on. Now let's get into these games that we talked about last week. The first one we're going. You all right, Herman?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Anything, did I? Okay.
All right, the first game, I should be wearing the hat, but I told you I ain't wearing the hat. So the Seahawks. Well, let me rephrase this. The Los Angeles Rams went to Seattle and lost in overtime, 38-37. Matthew Stafford was 29 of 49, 3 touchdowns for 457 yards.
still lost.
Yeah. Sam Darnold was 22 of 34, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks for 270 yards. The leading rushers, Kyron Williams, 23 carries for 70 yards. And Herman's fantasy darling, Kenneth Walker III, 11 carries, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Receiving, Puka Nacua, 12 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 225 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 8 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown. So this game went back and forth. The Rams pretty much had it in control, until like the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
And then Seattle stormed back, won it on a 2-point conversion in overtime. We'll let Herman go first. Herman, who did you pick?
I picked the Rams in this one. I actually had a lot of faith in Seattle because, Seattle is the team that seems to be nobody's talking about in the NFC. But it's like you said, Brian, the Rams, they blew this lead. They were up. Who were they? Oh, I forget what they were up. Like something to 16, 40 to 16 or something like that.
Yeah, they were up by
23. I think 23-16 at one point.
Yeah, something like that. They was up by a good amount. And
23-14, I think it was.
Okay, according to some of the Seattle players, they started kind of talking trash or whatever. But yes, Seattle stormed back and won this game, and it was impressive. So I don't think people want Seattle to wind up with the number 1 seed because if they do, going through
they
Seattle,
have it right now, don't they?
Well, they have it now, but if the 49ers win out, they actually will get the number 1 seed.
Really?
Which is great. Yeah, which is crazy.
Okay, nobody's been talking about the 49ers this season.
They haven't been because they've
been so quietly winning games. It's crazy.
They have been, yeah. But I picked the Rams and I was wrong.
Marcus?
Yeah, I also picked the Rams. And like Herman said, from the way this game started, it looked like the Rams were going to walk away with this game. Nacua was having just a tremendous game. And Sam Darnold, for about 3 quarters, he looked like garbage. Like he was seeing ghosts. Looked like he was seeing ghosts again. So yeah, but he managed to get it together in fourth quarter in the overtime. It's just got to be debilitating to a team to be up that much and doing that good, and your defense just lets them walk back into the game like that. I still think my Rams are Super Bowl pick. I'm still thinking they're going to get there, but it's going to be without a number one spot. It's going to be a long road because Seattle and San Francisco are right there. So, but I picked the Rams and I was wrong.
Did Mark ever put his picks in the group chat?
He picked the Rams. I don't remember if he put the others in. I'll check real quick while you go ahead and go through yours.
All right. Well, of course, I was the smart one of the group. Picked Seattle. Won't have my hat, but thank you.
Boo.
We got a lot to talk about, so I ain't gonna take up too much time. To be honest with you, I was regretting that pick this whole game. because the Rams was going up and down the field. Not only that, but in fantasy, I was playing against Matthew Stafford, who put up 75 points by his freaking self in this game with the production that he put out. I don't know how the Rams lost this game. I don't know what they did. They should have not. Like Marcus said, it looked like that Seattle was seeing ghosts. They was throwing the ball. He threw a pick 6 in this game. The defense just seemed like they couldn't stop the Rams no matter what they tried to do. But somehow they pulled this game out, and it was exciting at the end. I luckily got this one right, but to be honest with you, I should have been wrong. But the Seahawks got it, and that's definitely gonna put a thorn in the side of the Rams trying to make this playoff run and make it to the Super Bowl, Marcus. This is the second time. Last year they lost against the Eagles. Again, they losing these close games like this that you should have won. It's not good. It's not good for your psyche. But I did pick this one right.
Nah, I only see. He only gave us the Rams pick. I don't see the rest of them. So.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next game. This was the 10-5, the 9-5 Eagles at the Washington Commanders. This was the Saturday game. The Eagles came up triumphant, 29-18, to seal the NFC East championship, second time in a row. Leading stats, Herman's favorite, Jalen Hurts, 22 out of 30 for only 185 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep,
Let me say that again, Marcus. 22 out of 30 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's a good. That's
average.
No,
That's
185 yards on a quarterback this season in this NFL is not good.
You see, you made me talk about my team, but you see what they get, the W. That's what kind the W.
Okay.
And they won the championship.
Marcus Mariota, who didn't play the whole game, was 7 of 14 for 95 yards. Leading rusher was Saquon Barkley. He had 21 carries for 132 yards and a touchdown. Chris Rodriguez Jr. had 15 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Leading receivers, Marcus's favorite, A.J. Brown, 9 receptions for 95 yards. And Terry McLaurin had 3 receptions for 53 yards. Marcus, who did you pick in this game and why?
I picked the Eagles because right now my commander sucks. So why would I pick them? So yeah, I mean, it went just about how I thought it was going to go. Nothing surprising there. That's a game that Eagles should have won, and they did win. So that's why I picked them.
Herman, do you remember this dude last year?
Yeah.
Last year ain't this year.
Every year.
Mm-hmm.
Talking, and now, my team sucks, so that's why they lost.
Yeah. He right back to that.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Isn't that true? You want me to lie?
Well, how did the Cowboys get involved in this already?
We ain't
talking about the Cowboys.
He must be delayed. He must be delayed a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you for watching, Jay Will. Appreciate it.
I picked the Eagles in this one. Like Marcus said. Well, no, I lied.
Why'd you pick
Washington?
Why'd you pick? No, you didn't.
Washington. Yes, you did. I'm looking like what?
I lone wolf this one. I'm sorry. Herman, who did you pick? I'm sorry.
I picked the Eagles in this one. Just because, Washington, I'm not gonna say they suck. It's a down year for them. They've had a lot of injuries. You lose your starting quarterback for the year, and of course things are just not gonna be good. Jalen Hurts does what he does, barely pass the ball. He's more like a running back for the Eagles. Marcus Mariota had a third of the number of completions and had already half the yardage that Jalen Hurts had in the game. So if Mariota had stayed healthy, he probably would have got the W. Anyway, but I picked the Eagles. I knew there was an uphill battle for Washington. They pretty much packed it in at this point. So I got that one right.
You big dummy, you big dummy, you big dummy, you big cold-blooded dummy, you big dummy, see what you did? Oh no, you big dummy.
And those words could not be any truer on this choice of pick that I did. This one was more with my heart, hoping that Washington could pull it upset so that the Cowboys' hopes of the playoffs would stay alive. I do know that Washington normally plays the Eagles hard. Marcus Mariota was actually decent. He wasn't terrible, and I thought they had a chance. Had he continued to play, I think that the Commanders had a better chance because they were in that game until he kind of went out, and then the dam broke, and the Eagles just started triumphing.
Yeah, they were actually winning at halftime. They actually winning at halftime.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Little disappointed in Washington's defense not keeping Saquon under wraps. For the most part of the season,
When have they
heard a
ever?
whole lot. Huh?
When have they ever?
I'm just saying. I mean, most of the teams have been able to keep him pretty much copacetic this year. He's had a down year. But like Herman said, I mean, Mariota was actually the better quarterback on the field during this game until he got hurt.
You are a hater.
Hey, the stats don't lie, buddy. So
Right. I mean,
congratulations to the Eagles. I mean, it was they earned it. They earned their championship, and then they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
exactly.
Now that was hating, Marcus. That was hating.
Right. That's when you say
You are a hater.
All right, let's get on to the next game. This is the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears won this game in overtime, 22-16. I'm sorry, not overtime. They just won this game, 22-16. Yeah,
it was
overtime.
overtime.
It was overtime.
Yeah, it was overtime. The stats, like Herman told you in the story, the Green Bay Packers lost Love in this game to a concussion. So Malik Willis was 9 of 11 for 121 yards and a touchdown. He also got hurt in this game. Caleb Williams was 19 of 34 for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Leading rushers, Wilson for the Packers had 14 carries for 82 yards, and D Swift had 13 carries for 58 yards for the Bears. Leading receivers, Romeo Doubs, 5 receptions, 84 yards and a touchdown, and Moore for the Lions had 5 receptions for 97 yards and a tutty. In this particular game, I picked the Bears. Oh wait, how long will this one do? Didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
All right, so we'll go. I'll go last. Let's start with Herman this time. Herman, why did you pick the wrong team?
Well, I picked the Packers because I thought the Packers were a better team for one. For two, the Packers were one of my early picks early in the season. Remember, I think I had them going to the NFC Championship. And at times, I just don't believe in Caleb Williams. But I will say this game, Caleb actually made some huge throws. The one to get them into overtime and the one to win it in overtime. Those were some incredible throws. So I have to give him his props on that. Losing Love was a big hit, and then Willis getting hurt too was a big hit for Green Bay. This was just like a classic good divisional game, NFC North divisional game. And I got it wrong. It was, it's kind of a toss up. Went to overtime and the Bears made the plays and Green Bay didn't.
So do you believe in Caleb Williams now, Herman, or?
I'm starting to get close. I'm going to say this. I think next year we'll probably see a whole lot better Caleb Williams. I think that actually he's going to improve and become he's going to be that franchise quarterback under Ben Johnson. He still does a little bit too much sometimes, but I think
sometimes they win in spite of him.
Yeah, I think he'll grow out of it. Yeah, I think he'll grow out of it.
Marcus, why did you pick the wrong team?
Bro, I would say that brick wall is whack. Okay. I picked the Green Bay Packers because I thought they were going to win. Losing your first and second quarterback will do that to you. But they were pretty much, Caleb Williams was pretty much playing like trash for most of this game in the first half, and then coming back in the second quarter, much like Sam Darnold did. I mean, the second half, much like Sam Darnold did. I have to admit, he threw some dimes in this game, boy. That I forget who it was to, but that one long pass. I mean, I forget who said it, but I think it might have been Troy Aikman. Like, you can't defend a good pass, and there was no defending that pass. I mean, that was right on the money. So it seemed like Caleb is becoming the comeback quarterback, but he played garbage for like the first 3 quarters. But I'm just saying. But yeah, give it to the Bears.
A hater.
But the Green Bay Packers, I hate picking Green Bay because to me they're so up and down. They're so up and down. But losing your top 2, your first and second quarterback, they'll do it to you. So, but I give it to Malik Willis. He was balling for a minute there. He's done real good under what's Green Bay's coach's name? Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur, yeah.
Yeah, he's done. He might get a second chance starting somewhere, playing like that. So, yeah, I picked the Bears, but they lost.
It's funny you said that, Marcus. It seems like LaFleur does have a game plan for Malik Willis's skill set. Yeah, because he had to start a few games last year, and I was like, oh, they're done, and they ended up.
He did very well.
So you're right. You're right about that. I picked the Bears on this.
I don't think we should get the music if we don't know what the fourth person picked.
Oh yeah, no, that's not my fault. He did not show up, sir. Not my fault. And y'all made me listen to You Big Dummy, and you wasn't concerned about that one.
That one's different. That one's different.
But I picked the Bears in this one. Green Bay's becoming a mass unit. Starting running back, starting wide receiver. I'm sorry, starting quarterback. I think they did lose their wide receiver again. Can't think of his name, Goldsmith or something like that.
Oh, Watson.
Golden.
Or Golden. Oh, well.
I think he got hurt in that game too.
He's not the number one.
He didn't make any catches.
I mean, I know they were excited about him coming back because he would stretch the field. It's going to be tough for Green Bay, man. I'm thinking that the Lions right now are going to overtake Green Bay and get that final wild card spot. Especially if Love doesn't play this week. It's going to be tough, but you got to give it to the Bears. Like Herman, like you said, I mean, I'm still not believing Caleb like that, but Marcus, he made some plays, and the defense keeps them in games, and they're coached well. You got to give it to them. They are coached well. He gets a little crazy at the press conferences, the head coach, and I guess there's still some tension between him and Green Bay's quarterback, head coach, because these in the game chats are real tight. It's just adapt and keep it moving. But I
was like, go ahead.
But I like what the Bears are doing. I mean, they have like the best running game in the league right now, and with that and a good defense, it will take you far. So as long as Caleb don't mess it up, they got a good chance.
See, I don't have a lot of faith in Caleb. I have a lot of faith in Ben Johnson, though. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Ben Johnson ain't throwing the football.
He's coaching them. He's making a difference.
All right, the next game we're going to talk about is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. Carolina pulled this one out at the end, 23-20. Stats for the quarterbacks: we had Bakerfield, 18 of 26, 145 yards, a touchdown, and a pickle. We had Bryce Young, 21 of 32, 191 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Leading rushers: Irvin had 19 carries for 71 yards. Rico Dowdle, 9 carries, 29 yards. Receiving, Ekuba had only 1 reception for 40 yards. He was on my fantasy squad. And McMillan had 6 receptions for 73 yards and a touchdown.
He was starting? He was starting on your fantasy squad? You had one? You had him? Oh.
Yes, I had him starting. Yes, I am ashamed to say it. I had him starting. I'll go first. In this game, I did pick the Buccaneers. I thought that the Bucs had the better total team. I thought that they would come out, going guns a-blazing. They had all their receivers, but it was not meant to be. When you give up, 275 yards to the Carolina Panthers at home, you keep letting them stick around. Bad things will happen. So I did pick the Bucs. I picked this one wrong. Marcus, who did you pick?
I picked the Panthers. I had more faith in them at this point. And if one thing Tampa Bay and the Colts have proved this season is you don't win a Super Bowl in the first half of the season. You don't win a Super Bowl in the first half of the season. They were in it fighting, but they don't look like the same team they did the first half of the season. They're not winning these games, these close games. Bakerfield isn't making these fantastic plays in the games to win them like he was at the beginning of the season. And just right now, the Panthers are hot when they need to be, and I think they might take this division. So that's why I picked the Panthers.
Herman.
Yeah, I picked the Bucs in this one too, man. And it's like Marcus just said, the Bucs they're not the same team. And I think we're thinking about, okay, well, Mike Evans is back, Godwin is back. They should be that team, but it's just not there. Your leading receiver was how you say his name?
Egibon?
Yeah, the rookie. 1 reception for 40 yards. When you have Mike Evans and that's your leading receiver, that's a problem. That's just a problem. I don't know, Bakerfield, maybe he's hurt. He's pushing things. But again, this was I don't want to win the division bowl. So it's still very much up for grabs who's going to take this division. They're not out of it yet, but whoever wins this division, likely one and done in the playoffs, because all the wild card teams look better than either one of these teams at this point in the game. So I'm
assuming I haven't looked at the schedule, but both these guys, they still got to play Atlanta. Because the next games are always division games, right?
Yeah, a lot of this is division games.
I would not want to be playing Atlanta. I would hope the Atlanta games were early for either the Panthers or Tampa. I would not want to be playing Atlanta right now.
They probably aren't, because that's what they did. And so Tampa plays Miami this week, so that means that
they play New Orleans or Atlanta next week.
Yeah, Falcons are playing the Rams, so it'll be next week. One of them's probably playing them. Okay. But yep, I picked the Bucs, and I got this one wrong.
All right. Next game we're going to talk about is the New England Patriots came down to Baltimore and beat the Ravens 28-24. Drake May was 31 of 44, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 380 yards. Lamar Jackson, who left the game with a back injury, was 7 out of 10 for 101 yards. Leading rushers, Stevenson had 8 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry was doing Derrick Henry things, had 18 carries for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He was doing Derrick Henry things, except not in the fourth quarter.
Well, he did, except for the fumble. I forgot he did do the fumble. So, Stephon Diggs, Cardi B's baby daddy, 9 receptions, 138 yards. And Zay Flowers had 7 receptions for 84 yards. Marcus, who did you pick in this game?
Excuse me. Yeah, I picked the Patriots. The Ravens this season, they're just not it. And the Patriots have a good chance of winning this division if they haven't already.
Yeah, they're going to probably win a division.
Yeah. So they look at the
first seed.
Even though they've also haven't really beaten anybody with a winning record, they still have a good record.
Didn't they beat the Bills first game of the season or something?
That's the only team. I think that's one of the very few teams when they're just like who were we talking about earlier?
No, Detroit.
They're just like Detroit. They haven't. If you look at their record, they may be 1 or 2 teams with a winning record. Everybody else has a losing record. But the Ravens, man. So I don't know if you guys looked. There was I tried to read it. Was behind a paywall. The Baltimore Sun put out an article today and they were just going in on Lamar, saying a lot of bad things about Lamar. He stays up all night playing video games, probably maybe with Kyler Murray. I don't know. How he falls asleep in meeting and stuff. I wanted to read it so we could discuss it on the show. Yeah, but I couldn't get past the paywall. So,
you get past the paywall by paying.
Yeah.
So, there might be a big shakeup in the offseason. A lot of people seem to think that this might be Harbaugh's last year. I mean, no matter what they say about Lamar, Harbaugh will already go before Lamar goes. So, this ain't the Ravens we thought. And I hope all the things that this article saying about Lamar are absolutely not true. But I picked the Patriots because Ravens are not the team this season.
Yeah, I was with you on this one, Marcus. I went with the Patriots too, and you're right, man. The Ravens have just been up and down, up and down. Even when they're on that win streak, it just didn't seem confident. I didn't feel confident in their offense. Lamar just hasn't been himself this year. The offense just hasn't been clicking. They haven't been giving Derrick Henry the carries that he needs. The defense has consistently been questionable. They put up a good fight in this game. Tyler Huntley actually did pretty well when Lamar went out, but the Patriots right now seemed like they were a more complete team. I think that might be the most passing yards Drake May has put up in his career, 380 in the NFL. They just had a good game plan, played well. So I did pick the Patriots, and I picked this one right. Herman?
Yeah, I had the Patriots in this one too. It's hard to believe in the Ravens right now. And one of the other reasons I picked the Patriots was I haven't been believing in them earlier in the season. So I figured, hey, why not? Might as well pick the Patriots this game. The Patriots look good. I mean, I'm surprised Mike Vrabel turned them around as fast as he did. I didn't expect it to happen this fast. I figured I would be maybe next year we would be seeing this. But I mean, he's got a quarterback who's putting up quarterback numbers. He's passing for over 200 yards. He's actually passing closer to 400 yards. So quarterback play is very important. And they have a good run game. Their run game seems like it's getting better. That was the one thing that the Patriots, you haven't seen them have a lot is a run game, but now that they have this run game, and it's like Mike Vrabel has brought back the way the Patriots way, I guess is what they call it or whatever. But I picked New England, and I was right.
All right. Final game we're going to talk about the 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. The Phillip Rivers-led 49ers. The Niners dominated 48-27. Brock Purdy put up Purdy numbers, 25 of 34, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick, 295 yards. Phillip Rivers gave him a scare, had 23 out of 35, 2 touchdowns, terrible pick 6, and 277 yards. Leading rushers, McCaffrey had 21 carries for 117 yards, and Jonathan Taylor had 16 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. Leading receivers, George Kittle had a resurgence, 7 receptions, 115 yards and a touchdown. And Pierce had 4 receptions for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who'd you have in this one, Marcus?
I had the 49ers. Just like we just said, the 49ers have quietly been just winning games. And the Colts, while, they're doing pretty good, they still have a, Phillip Rivers as a quarterback who isn't that bad, actually. But I don't think they have what it takes to be able to beat the 49ers. And, the 49ers did what the 49ers have been doing all season. So I picked the 49ers, and I was right.
Herman?
I should go last on this one.
Oh, okay. I picked the 49ers in this one as well. They had no faith in Phillip Rivers. I ain't gonna lie. The first couple quarters, he was looking pretty good, throwing that ugly that ugly ball that he shot puts to people. But I think that the Niners defense realized pretty quick in that game that dude can't throw deep no more. So I think they started going in deep, creeping in closer and closer and giving him less opportunities. and they never could get the running game going. I mean, 46 yards for Jonathan Taylor is kind of crazy. The Colts defense was in this game for a little bit, but then it just kind of fell apart. You got to give it to the Niners, man. Like I said, man, they quietly just creeping, just getting these wins and not saying nothing, no bravado, barely on the TV screen, but they slowly up there. And, before you turn around, they're going to be in the playoffs. All right, Herman, why did you pick the wrong team?
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
This game started out, like you said, this game, they went down the field immediately on the first drive and scored a touchdown. I was like, yo, Phillip Rivers is out here running his offense like he's Peyton Manning or something. It was kind of crazy.
You put that in the chat, too.
I did put it in the chat. And at halftime, it was 24-17. So it was a close game at halftime. But second half matters. And it looks like the 49ers made an adjustment and the Colts didn't. And you hit it on the head, Brian. The run game. Where's the Colts run game gone? You got Jonathan Taylor, one of the top backs in the league, top 5 backs in the league. And he only had 46 yards on 16 carries. Now, granted, the game did get out of control a little bit. They were, but yeah, the Phillip Rivers experiment didn't work out quite right. He got 2 games and that's it. I know they're not going to roll him out this week. Like, what's the point? He's
not starting this week.
I think he started.
Is he? They're out. Like, they're out of the playoffs. What's the point?
I think he's starting.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. But like you said, Brian, he was shocked putting the ball. Like, they tried to scare I think they tried to scare the 49ers when he threw that first one.
Yeah.
And it was like, that ball just fizzled. It was like, oh, okay. We ain't got to worry about that no more. And they went right, they went right at him after that. But I picked the Colts, and I was a big dummy. I don't need the music going out. That's good. It's fine.
All right, fellas. How did y'all do this week?
4-2. I'm 4-2.
We all went 4-2.
No, I went 2-4. Yeah, so I went 4-2, but backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually over 500. I'm actually over 500 for only the second time this year.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's good because we got a lot of games to pick right now, so you should be able to get way above 500.
Well, I'm gonna get way below. With that option too.
All right.
True.
First game we got a slate of 3 games on tomorrow, Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, Christmas Day. First game is at 1:00. The 6-8-1 Dallas Cowboys are at the 4-11 Commanders. The Cowboys are giving up 7. The predictor likes the Cowboys at 57%. Marcus, who do you got?
I know when they scheduled this game, they thought it was going to be a game. They meant something. This was going to be a good one.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, but no, I'm picking Cowboys. I'm picking Cowboys.
You said the Commanders. Good job.
I said the Cowboys.
Commanders.
I said the Cowboys.
Herman Marcus going with the Commanders. Who
I
you
said
going
the
with?
Cowboys.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. This is a toss-up. It can go either way at this point, probably. Dallas, I'm sure.
I mean, Dak Prescott versus Josh Johnson.
Herman, I don't know if you know, but the Commanders are starting their 3rd-string quarterback in this game, and the Cowboys are starting Dak. So
but do you know what Dallas's defense makes 3rd-string quarterbacks look like? Hall of Fame.
No. That's like 1st and 2nd-string Herman. 3rd string, I think we got it under control.
Well, we're gonna stoop to a new low this year, and I think Dak's only going this game. I think Dak's only gonna play a half.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I think they're gonna play Malik Davis. Malik.
I
forget what his name is.
Malik.
Yeah, but
the guy from Alabama.
We got from the Patriots.
Yeah, I think they're gonna play him in the second half.
That makes sense. But
I would
on a televised game on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
you gonna take out the 1-star quarterback?
It's not really televised, Marcus. It's on Amazon.
Right. It's on Netflix.
Everybody got Netflix, but I'm just saying it like I said, I mean, you probably hoping for Dak Prescott versus Jaden Daniels when you schedule this game.
Oh yeah, they
ain't even
they didn't even get close.
No. Not even close.
All right, next game we got is the 12-3 Broncos at the 6-9 Chiefs.
You
The
skipping the
Patrick-
game.
Huh?
Yeah, you
Skip
skipped the
it.
Vikings at the Lions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
I'm
Lions and
sorry.
Vikings.
I'm sorry. The 8-7 Lions at the 7-8 Broncos. The
Wait,
Lions.
no, the Lions at the Vikings.
What I say?
Broncos.
I'm sorry. The Lions at the Vikings.
Hey, do them glasses work or they just for show? Come on, bro.
Right.
The Lions are giving up 7.5 in this game. The predictor likes the Lions at 76%. I also like the Lions at 76%. Give me the Lions. Who do you got, Herman?
I would be a fool to pick the Vikings, so I'm rolling with the Lions.
And Marcus.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions too. JJ McCarthy isn't even playing, so I'm going with the Lions.
It wouldn't even matter if he was.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't. I was still gonna pick the Lions anyway, but since next week when Brian asked me why I picked the Lions, I'm gonna say that's my excuse.
Well, I'm not going to ask you next week, Marcus, because I picked the Lions too. So. All right, next game we're going to talk about is the final game on Christmas Day. The 12-3 Broncos at the 6-9 Kansas City Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes. The Broncos are giving up 5.5, which I think is still low. The predictors like the Broncos at 56%. Herman, who do you like?
Only a fool would pick the Chiefs. The Chiefs are mailing it in. They put a whole bunch of people on IR this week.
Ooh, a whole bunch.
Yeah, they're done. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm with you, Herman. I'm going with the Broncos. Marcus, who do you got?
I'm also going with the Broncos.
All right. Next game we got are the 10-5 Texans at the 11-4 Chargers. The Chargers are giving up 2.5 in this game. The predictor likes the Chargers 51%.
Toss up.
Marcus, who you tossing to?
I'm tossing to the Texans. They're hot right now. I'm going with them.
You tossing the Texans?
I'm going with the Texans.
You're tossing the Texans.
Yes, I'm tossing the Texans.
You're tossing the Chargers.
Did he?
Really?
Herbert, you tossing somebody too?
No, I ain't tossing nobody.
No.
Good grief. Family show, buddy. Family show.
Christmas Eve too, Brian. Come on.
I'm sorry, Herman. Who did you pick?
Give me the Texans. I'm with Marcus on this one. Texans are high. I think their defense will definitely slow the Chargers down. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, guys. I thought y'all were going to both go with the Chargers, and I was going to have to Texan it all by myself. But you're right on spot, Herman. That Texans defense is going to light that Chargers offense up, especially with the quarterback who still has the bad hand. He had a good game against the Cowboys, but everybody does. I think he comes back to reality on this game. I like the Texans big. All right. Next game we're going to talk about are the 7-8 Ravens at the 9-5-1 Packers. The Packers are currently giving up 3, so sadly they think that Jordan Love is going to play. The Packers are also at 57% predicted by the predictor. I'll go first. I'm going with the Packers. I'm counting on Jordan Love starting this game. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't go with the Ravens anymore this year. I'm going with the Packers. What do you got, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm also going to Packers for the same reason. I can't go with the Ravens.
Herman?
I don't trust the Ravens at all. I'm going with the Packers, and I think they'll win this one, even if Love doesn't play, because I don't think Lamar is playing.
All right. Next game we got this is going to be a good one. The 11-4 Chicago Bears at the 11-4 49ers. 49ers are giving up 3 in this game. The predictor likes the 49ers at 61%. Herman, do you like the 49ers as well?
Not this week. I'm actually going to go with the Bears.
Bears.
I'm going with the Bears. I don't know. I believe in them a little bit right now.
All right.
And I'm
Marcus,
a hater
who
for
you
the
got?
49ers too. So
You are a hater.
Marcus, are you hating on the Bears or the Niners?
And I'm going with the better quarterback, Brock Purdy. I'm going with the 49ers.
Marcus, get Herman's music together because I'm going with the Niners as well.
accident.
That has kept the Niners have been winning. They've been winning good. Brock Purdy's feeling better. I just think it's their time. All right, guys, we did pretty good. We got one final game: the 11-4 Rams at the 6-9 Falcons. That hot Falcons team that y'all were talking about, y'all ain't want nobody to play. The Rams are giving up 8.5, and the predictor likes the Rams at 72%. I also like the Rams at 72%. I don't think that the Falcons have enough offense to keep up with the Rams. Marcus, who you got?
Even though every time I watch the Falcons game and whoever the commentators are seem to have a man crush on Bijan Robinson because they be on his no Diddy all game. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to go with the Rams.
And Herman.
Yeah, I mean, Robinson can only do so much. And, Drake London, he's still coming back from that knee injury. He didn't do much last week. And I think the Rams will definitely bounce back. Give me the Rams.
All right, fellas, we got a lot of games to watch next week. It should be pretty exciting. Mark, if you're watching, make sure you put the picks in the chat today.
Yeah.
The games start
Games are tomorrow.
All right, fellas, we are pretty much good on this show. Let's get our final thoughts, and then we'll toss it to Marcus to get us out of here. Final thought, Herman.
Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. It's been a year. Years gone by fast. Enjoy your family, your friends out there, and just have a good time. And just get away from everything that's going on in the world right now, and just focus on family and having a good time. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. I want to give a special shout out to someone who is very special in my life. He turns 28 on December 26th.
Oh my God,
28 years old. My firstborn, my namesake. Brian, you know how much your father loves you. You have been the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I wish you nothing but the best, sir. Congratulations and happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday,
Brian. I don't think you can say that though. Kids.
Yeah, you got other kids, sir. You got other
You're
kids.
supposed to say that, buddy.
I'm just saying he still was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Okay, one of the best things.
Okay, one of. You can't say the best thing.
Right.
You can't say one of.
Let's put it this way: if it wasn't for him, the mother was be his. So.
Lord, let's get out of here before he say something crazy.
Marcus, you got something to say? You get this out of here.
So I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. We will see you next week. Not same bad time, same bad channel, but on Tuesday. So we won't interfere with your New Year's Eve place. So we will see you next. We will see you next week. Different bad time, different bad channel. Peace. We out.
Peace.